Hi, welcome to Gabie's Knit Goodies. I'm excited to actually sit down in my house to record this today. It's been a little while since I've had an opportunity just to sit and focus on something other than all of our activities and stuff. Moose is with me. We'll see how well he does today. He wants a lot of affection, as always. I guess at the end I'll talk a little bit about what we've been up to lately. I showed a little bit of my middle daughter's performances at the end of the year, and I can show you guys a little bit of my son's piano, as well as my daughter's very cute in her dance, my youngest. But first, I'm Gabie. This is Gabie's Knit Goodies podcast, and I talk all about knitting and actually a little bit of crochet today. I haven't broken out my crochet needle in like forever, but I've been inspired lately by Gracefully Unraveled. She's here on YouTube as well as Instagram, and the Two of Wands, Alexandra Tavel, I think it is. She does both crochet and knitting patterns, and she works closely with Lion Brand, so she puts out a lot of stuff. She works really hard, but I've been inspired by both of them to break out my crochet hook, so I'll show you what I've been doing with that. But first, I am wearing the Jane Bennet sleeveless top. It is a brand new pattern by me, and actually it's not published yet. I am here asking for test knitters. I have sizes extra small through extra large, and I'm working on like 2X to 4 or 5X. So any of those sizes, I would absolutely love test knitters. Ideally, I want more than one test knitter per size. That's always my goal. It is I made it out of Knit Picks Lindy chain yarn, held double, which is a 70% linen, 30% cotton yarn. And I held it double using a size 8 needle. So, and it's sleeveless, so it's a quick knit, which is always good. And summer is just around the corner where I live. In fact, it was like summertime last weekend, and now it's kind of gray and cool out. So I'm probably gonna put on a little sweater over top of this because I'm actually a little chilly. But I wanted to wear it to show it off, and maybe I'll put a little series of pictures here for you guys to see it full body. Let's see. Oh, it's also reversible. So knit in 2 pieces, seamed at the shoulders and the sides. It has a lace panel up the front, and the back of it, show it off, is a V-neck. You can actually turn it around to wear the simple V-neck in the front with just the garter, and then have the pretty lace section in the back, however you want to wear it, which is kind of fun. Reversible is always cool. So I hope that you guys want to knit it. Please let me know. I don't require a whole lot, just that I get a picture in the end and all of your feedback. Like if you found any errors, let me know. If you found something that would be explained or needs to be explained better or in a different way, or just suggestions for improvement. So I hope to get lots of test knitters for this, and yeah, I'm excited to put this out because I love Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. I also love a number of her other books. So I had a vision a long time ago to create a Bennet Sisters knitwear collection, and it's taken me quite a long time to increase it beyond just one pattern. This will be the 3rd one. I'm a very slow designer because my primary job is to take care of my kids and homeschool them, and they're all relatively young now. My oldest is 13, which is crazy, but my youngest is 8, and I have 3 of them, so it takes a lot of my time. But knitting is my passion, so I decided to continue to pursue it even though I am slow in terms of the designing. But anyway, so this is the 3rd item in that collection. I have the Elizabeth Bennet linen tee and the Lydia Bennet shawl. And then this is the Jane Bennet sleeveless top. And they're all like spring, summer vibe items. Granted, you could knit them all, I guess, in wool and it'd be warmer, but anyways. So, I'm finally getting this one out. I designed it and knit it a long time ago and just had not had the time or energy to focus on it and to finish writing it up. It was like 80% done for the longest time. But now I have extra small to extra large, totally done, ready to go out to test knitters. And then the larger sizes I'm going to do as a separate file, just so I don't have so many numbers to sort through when you're looking at for your size and the pattern. And that one is going to be ready before too long. So if I have interest in that, that will definitely give me a little push. All right, today's full of interruptions. Okay, let's get into the knitting. I've been doing a few things. As if you see on Instagram, I've been working on some socks for my son. I can start with that one. I don't have any finished objects to show today, but do have a few works in progress. So I have, my stitches are coming off. I keep my socks in my purse and work on them wherever I am. And so this is where I'm at. These are simple vanilla socks, knit top down. I cast on 64 stitches using US size 1.5, and I'm knitting on the Chow Goo 9-inch circulars. And I did a 2x2 rib, and then I switched to size 2 needles and am just knitting in stockinette stitch. And the cool thing about this yarn is that it does a self-striping, it's like a spiral, but it's it creates these lovely stripes where you have the dark charcoaly black in between light stripes with little speckles. This is the Midnight Party colorway out of Gabie's Knit Goodies yarn. And then so my favorite heel is the heel flap and gusset because I feel like it fits well, and I feel like it's more durable because that heel is like a double thickness. So that's what I tend to use. So I did that. I did a green heel flap, and then I used the regular body yarn to do the gusset, but then my stripes didn't turn out right because it was pulling really funky right here. I know that the stripes would get back right, but I decided I wanted the stripes to continue like nicely all the way down as opposed to having the stripes get messed up right here. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a sock, but it looked so great. The stripes looked so good up here. I wanted them to continue to look good even through the heel section. So I ripped it out, which I'm not a big fan of ripping things out. And I put in a short row heel, and I did something slightly different than I did in my past socks. These are German short rows, but I also did, so after I knit the first side, I guess you could say, of the short row heel, I did 2 rows of stockinette stitch before I started the second side of it. And I think that really helped to remove the holes that I get when I do my short row heels. Right here on that little seam, in the little short row section. So I think that helped. I will have a hole at the corner, but I can cinch that up. But I think this helped right here, doing those couple of rows of stockinette stitch. And I figured make the heel a little bit bigger. And again, this is for my son, and his foot is actually slightly bigger than my foot. And he's growing. So I like how these are turning out. I think it was the right choice to change my heel so that my stripes are the same because it makes me happy. So they're coming along. I really don't knit these much at home. I probably will once I get to the toe, but just knitting the body of it is just the perfect out and about knitting. And here is the Midnight Party sock yarn. It's in my shop if you're interested. It wound up very cute. And I bet on a large project you'd have like little micro stripes. But on 64 stitches, size 2, it gives nice even striping. Those little speckles in there. So loving that. I had trouble with my ball winder. It made a giant mess of my yarn, and I found out, I searched on YouTube and found a video that helped me figure out how to fix it, and so I took it all apart and readjusted the 2 gears so that when it wound it would still crisscross, because it made a mess of my yarn. I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon. The video of the person said that it had happened like 3 or 4 times within a year. It's the Knit Picks ball winder. I mean, it's fairly inexpensive, and for me it's worked for quite some time. And I'm hoping that it doesn't mess up again. Okay, on to my next item here. This is the Nordiska by Caitlin Hunter. And it is beautiful. I love it. I love the fact that it's a little bit different. So it's a raglan top down, pretty much seamless sweater. I'm gonna have to pick up stitches and do the collar. But I like the fact that it's a little bit different. You knit back and forth to create that V-neck. She has little cable in the middle of your raglan increase by the arms there. And then I like the fact that we have color work on the bottom as opposed to on the top. So it's just a little bit different. And then you don't have to do any increases in your color work, which is kind of fun too. I tried to imitate her colors because I liked her colors, but I did not get the same yarn she has. I got, which I thought I brought my little tag in here. It's a Barocco yarn, and I will put it down here. Modification, I think the only modification I've done, I'm knitting size small, the second size. There's a extra small and then a small. I'm knitting the small, and you're supposed to, like as soon as you split for the sleeves here, you're supposed to start your color work. But I wanted long sleeves instead of like 3/4 length sleeves. So I knit extra here, and I had plenty of extra gray. And then I'm kind of playing yarn chicken with the dark color. I'm a little nervous that I'm gonna run out on this side. I only have this much left. And let's see. So this side is finished with my color work. I'm just not sure about my sleeve length yet. And this is the one I'm doing. So I have, let's see. I only have like this much color work left. And it's a sleeve, and there's decreases. So I'm really, really hoping that I don't run out before the end, because that would just be super sad. But it'll be close. It really will. I like it. The yarn is super soft. It's got like yak, I think, in it, and merino. I don't know if it has alpaca, but it's a mixture of very soft yarns. It looks rather small here at where she had decreases, but I think it'll be plenty stretchy, so it will work. I'm not sure how well that would have worked higher up on my arm though. I think it would have been a little too small, but I really like it. You know, I think I'm gonna put up on YouTube a spot the difference picture, because I made a mistake in one of my sleeves here. See if you guys can spot the difference. So my mistake is those little circles on this one, I missed a row, and so the circles are much less defined. The gray circles there. But that's okay, I don't think anybody will notice. Except for me. But I think I'll get over that. It's totally not worth ripping back all of this for that little mistake. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I think I did a slightly longer, oh, that was the other modification. She says you can start your color work like right again after you split from the arm. I decided to lengthen it because that would have made it quite cropped. And I didn't want it that cropped. I want it to be very wearable. I don't want it to be super long, but I want it to fully cover my waistband of my jeans. And like not just high-waisted jeans, like regular jeans. Yeah. So that's what I did. And I figure if I end up wanting it even longer, I can pick out my bind off and just add more ribbing. Make a nice long ribbing. So, loving this. And I don't know about you guys, but I am a very weather dependent knitter. So like today is gray and cloudy and cool. And so I want to knit on like my Nordiska that's soft and warm and cozy. But then when it's warm outside, I knit on something that's more summery appropriate. And that is why I've been inspired to do crochet, because it got really warm there for a little while, warmer than average spring, and now it's like colder than average. I live on the east coast of the United States, and it never knows what temperature it wants to stick with or what season it's supposed to be in. We jump back and forth, I feel like, all the time between seasons. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing here, but I have Knit Picks Comfy Fingering yarn, which is 75% Pima cotton and 25% acrylic, and it is a fingering weight yarn. I am holding it double, holding 2 strands together to create a slightly thicker one because I didn't want this project to take forever. I actually had all of this yarn in my stash because I bought it for another project and then that one didn't work out a while ago. I was doing this big intarsia type ranunculus thing. Not ranunculus. What are those things called? Same thing I'm doing now. Basically a big, wide kimono style jacket, only without sleeves. Like a summery type thing. Anyways, that's what I'm doing now. I have no pattern, I'm just creating it on my own based on a book that's like a encyclopedia of crochet that I've had for a long time. But I started with this flower. It's quite open flower, but I think it'll be okay. And then after I finished the flower, I was like, oh, I'll put that in the back of a garment for myself to wear over like my bathing suit or a tank top and shorts. And so then I just started doing a big circle around it and then was like, oh, I need to make it into a square, so I tried to square it off. And I've put these little things on the corners. So I think I did a halfway decent job of making a square in the end here. So it's a big wide square is all it is on the back. And now I have picked up stitches on the front side of one of the sides here to make like two front panels. Then I'll attach it at the sides. So I don't know if it's gonna, hopefully it'll block a little more open because the back is quite open. But I've just used, well, you can see it. I've used a stitch that's kind of like a flower. And it just repeats over and over again. Let's see if I can kind of show you how it's going to work. There we go. So it's just going to be two rectangles in the front, and then I'll attach the back to the front, and yeah, it'll just kind of hang open, and it's cotton. I can wear it, you know, over my summery stuff. What I'm not sure is if maybe this front is a little bit thicker looking, not quite as airy as the back, but I don't know. I think it might be okay. We'll see. I've been having fun with it. I have to admit, crochet, especially with the two held together, is quicker at creating a fabric than knitting. However, it's not as soothing for me. Like I have to look at what I'm doing the whole time. I don't have the muscle memory that I have with knitting, and so it's just not as soothing as knitting is. But it does create a larger fabric quicker, I think. I think that's all I have for you right now. I'm sure I have other projects. Oh, like my habitation throw. I just haven't added to that recently, I don't think, since I've last shown you. So I will leave you with maybe some little clips of activities that we are doing right now. And we also took a little trip out to Kentucky, and so I will put a little footage of that as well in here. With just some music at the bottom. We had a lot of fun out there, and it was nice to have a little family vacation. Now we are finishing up our schooling so that we can enjoy our summer. So I hope you guys are having a good spring or whatever weather it is where you are, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.